coordinator, Barry Odom. Barry, welcome to the Hill.
Great to see you, man. Glad to be here.
Talk about the transition. Barry, you guys, instantly you come to campus roughly about 2 days after Coach Pittman gets the job. You have a hosting weekend, have to get out and recruit 3 commits. Not a lot of time to put together what you guys were able to put together, but did an amazing job. Talk about, how stressful that was, or, what was that process like?
Well, really, when I got the phone call and got the job offered to me and said yes, my wife and 3 kids, we jumped in the car and drove to campus. That was on a Friday because I knew there was an official visit weekend. I wanted to get around those guys and I wanted to get around Coach Pittman. So from that moment until sitting here today, I feel like it's kind of been on fast forward. Just you're going and getting adjusted and trying to start to build relationships with your team. That's the most important thing. And now that we can't be on the road in February, that's going to be such a huge part of what we're trying to get done. But also this staff working together and the direct approach that Coach Pittman gave us and the way that he charged us with going out and let's hit these numbers and these spots. He did a great job from starting on whatever weekend that was to finishing yesterday. I would feel pretty strongly saying if you just looked at recruiting rankings, I don't know anybody that's ever started at 118 and finished 29 in basically a month's time. Coach Pittman needs a lot of credit for that on how he assembled the staff and then how, with a direct approach, he went and got it done.
Talk about your defensive philosophy. What will that be like here at Arkansas? Will it be aggressive style, or how does Barry Odom?
The thing that I want to really take a hard look at is what we currently have on our roster, and then the coaches that have success over long periods of time, they're able to adjust to the personnel that they have. I could go draw up a blitz from the field and the boundary and all that, but if our kids can't do it, it's of no value. We've got to be great teachers, but we also have to give them a skill set, a tool belt on what they can go do, put them in position to use the skills that they've got where they can go play fast and they can play confident and they can play free, but doing it within the structure of how we're going to play. But if you look at toughness and grit and playing together and playing hard and doing it for 4 quarters and finding ways to get off the field, either turnovers or takeaways, third down percentage, all those things go into core beliefs and values and foundational approach on building the defense. But man, if you can get the guys playing together and getting them playing hard and finding ways that they care about the guy lined up next to them a lot more than anything else, now you're starting to make some ground up. So schematically, we'll have a number of different looks that we have, but there will be things and standards on how the principles of playing defense, the things that we want to hit on every snap.
You and Coach Pittman, a long-standing relationship. Why was it so important to be able to come?
Well, welcome in. It's our Friday edition of On the Hill with Pat Cheek and Sports Talk Radio, coming to you here on KDSJ 479 today from 1 to 2 p.m. And we've got a very, very packed show. We've kind of been putting the Hall Guy segment in. We're going to continue on. It's like we say, they never stop watching. Also want to make a note, it has just been breaking news. Mason Jones, the 2020 co-SEC Player of the Year, has decided to forego his senior year and will enter this year's 2020 NBA draft. And, my congratulations and, good luck. I mean, this is a young man that has earned the right to test the waters. Now, I don't know if he's going to sign with an agent. That information has not been made privy to us yet. But if he has, quite the career, because if you go back, this guy has worked his tail off to get to this point. And this is where all kids aspire to go, Demetrius.
Absolutely. You said it was one of his childhood dreams. So, like we were talking off air, you were talking about how Mason was 270 something pounds his senior year. So just the work ethic that he's willing to put in to be the best and to compete at a high level. And this is one thing that I said, I would be surprised if Mason came back, just because I don't think he can replicate the type of the season he has. Yes, right. I think they can put more wins in the win column as far as a team standpoint, but on an individual level, I think he won't see much more success than what he did this year.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to continue on, and we got to get our show going. We also had a sit down as coming up in our 115 segment. We're going to take a trip down to Tallahassee, Florida, and talk to John Paul Catholic's four-star defensive back who is a high priority for Coach Sam Carter and that defensive staff, Terrion Arnold. He's about to be on. I'm telling you, I was telling Demetrius about this. This may be one of the more confident kids, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but one of my more enjoyable guests that we're going to have on. I think you're going to like a lot of what Terrion has to say. He's a high priority, not just for Arkansas, but all across the country. And we'll have Terrion here momentarily. And then following up Terrion, Demetrius knows a lot about this school as his brother attended, but Arkansas found a big-time running back that they'd like to have him call Fayetteville home. Josh Mccray, a big 6'2", 220-pound running back, four-star young man. He'll be on to join us and talk about, a lot of different things with the University of Arkansas, his interests, and much, much more. And then we're going to close it out. You got to talk basketball and the must bus. With Mason leaving, hey, they got that on a 2021 prospect. Alex Tchikou, or we'll get it correctly, out of Dream City Christian. He'll be on to talk about his interest in Coach Eric Musselman and that program. A lot of good things are coming on. I want to go real quick, Demetrius. We've had a great week of Hall Guy segment. A lot of interesting kids. What are going to be some things that you're going to be looking for in today's segment as we continue on with just a lot of different things that's going on the Hill?
I'm just eager to learn some new things about the young Razorback recruits that Arkansas is recruiting on basketball and football. It seems like every day you're hearing about a new kid that no one knows about it, and all of a sudden you hear about a spike and increase in the recruiting. Right. So that just shows you the impact of the coaches and the reputation that they have amongst the SEC coaches as recruiters and guys that know how to analyze kids.
Well, we're going to let you hear our sit down we had a few weeks back, in particular day after signing day. Since we don't have football, we still want to give you a taste of just what we had a chance to discuss. We caught up with new defensive backs coach Sam Carter. We'll let you hear what he has to say, and then following him up, we're heading to Tallahassee. We're going to catch up with Terrion Arnold, the big four-star safety the Hogs covet very highly. All that's coming up. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
Kendall was the OC at Baylor, so it's just, man, each and every day I'm just like, God, man, you really blessed me with this one.
When you look at your room, experience, you talk about guys like Jarquez and Buster, how excited, what's been the one message that you've tried to really build in your room before you guys get into spring ball and when things really pick up?
The one thing that I've told them, no excuses. I don't believe in excuses from class, on the field, off the field. All those things come into one thing. If you eliminate excuses, everything else will work out. Just those guys, Jaquez, Buster, Day, Bush, and all the guys in the room have everything I've asked them to do since I've been there done. Go to class, be on time. Coach actually do something, do it. Yes, ma'am, no, sir. And those things are going to help us on the field. But the room is amazing, man. I'm excited.
From being in the SEC, what have you noticed? I know you played Big 12, but if there's any differences that you can see, Coach, what would those be?
Up front, the D-line is unreal. I'm not saying the Big 12 don't have D-linemen, but in the SEC, every week you're going to play against probably a first, second-round draft pick every week. O-line is kind of a skill guys. I think it's equal. Big 12 have skill guys also, but the D-line is on a different level.
You guys got a few cornerbacks that you were able to build a relationship. Nick Turner comes to mind. I saw a social media picture with Nick on his official visit. Talk about your recruiting philosophy, because I see a lot of why not us. Talk about that.
Man, so with Nick, it's crazy. Coach Pittman already had sealed the deal. Coach Pittman, I think the second day on the job, the third day, he flew down to see Nick. So I just had to come and don't mess it up. But Nick dad, I got in contact with his dad, talked to Nick. Nick is a hard worker. He's from New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans. So people I knew down there spoke very highly of Nick. So, okay, let me meet the kid and see how the kid is. And came up with FaceTime. And Nick was like, I want to be there. I was like, okay, if you want to be here, I want you here. So I'm all in, and we've been all in. And Nick, I'm excited to get him here on campus.
For people that are listening or watching our sit down, what are some of the criteria, Sam, that you look for when going out and recruiting defensive backs for the University of Arkansas?
First thing, you want to make sure you have size. I want everybody to say you want 6'1", 6'2". No, I just say you just want to be comfortable. What I mean by comfortable, when you're out there by yourself, can you hold your arm? Most guys say I want 4'4", 4'3". I want football players. Do you love football? When I go to your schools, everybody say, hey, this guy loves football. Right. And when I went to Nick's school, even Kyrie Johnson's school, the head coach spoke very highly of both of them. Everybody I spoke to, even when I went to Connecticut, I went to 2 or 3 high schools, and every coach said, hey, have you seen the kid Kyrie Johnson? And we're like, yo, that's why we're here. But you just want guys that love ball. When people speak about them, they love ball, they treat people right. And you can do those things. We can do the rest once you get here.
Appreciate your
Thank
time.
You, bro.
I look forward to covering you
man,
quite a bit.
You my guy, man. You my guy.
Hey, no, we put the get.
Hey, you already know.
You get to
Back to On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio as we let you hear audio from a sit-down we had several weeks ago with defensive backs coach Sam Carter. And I think Sam's going to make a big-time impact, and he's making a somewhat big-time impact down in Tallahassee, Florida, as he's made his way down to St. John Paul Catholic, the second high school, where we catch up with the big-time 4-star prospect, Terrion Arnold. T.A., welcome to On the Hill.
What's up, man? How y'all doing today?
Doing real good, man. From when I watch your Twitter, it just seems like, Terrion, you're getting a new offer, a lot of love each and every day. Arkansas just came in here in the last 48, 72 hours with an offer to their university. Talk about that process. And you spoke about Sam Carter. Speak on the relationship, and what was that conversation like as you were getting that offer?
Man, well, when he first got on the phone, man, he was talking real proper. Then he kind of loosened up and he started talking to me, and I kind of started understanding. I'm thinking on the phone, I'm like, man, this is a brother right here. He said, man, indeed I am. He said, man, I'm 29 years old. I'm the youngest DB coach doing it. He runs 10 miles every day. He works out with his players, so definitely a player-coach relationship right there. And John Cooper, the tight ends coach who is at Arkansas now, was at UCF. And when I didn't have anything, he came down. When I was at my old school, Florida High, came down. He probably waited during the spring and offered me then. So it's always kind of been a relationship right there because he was one of my first ones. I owe it to him.
A lot of other schools. Who are some of the other schools? I see Alabama's. I see the Florida States as your hometown young man there in Tallahassee. What are some other schools, Terrion, that are showing you high major priority from their universities?
LSU, Florida, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State, schools like that.
Now, in that safety position, Terrion, I got a chance to watch you. Lateral movement, unbelievable. Talk about your game and what is it that you're going to work on to prepare for your senior year. I know you can't do any spring ball to this point due to the COVID pandemic, but what is a workout for you just so you can kind of stay up and stay in shape?
I've been going to the track every day, improving on my speed, 100, 200, building endurance, and just getting stronger. Kind of focuses on the mental aspect of the game. I've been really watching film, breaking it down, and just understanding the game. So I don't have to make it so hard on myself, being more of a coach on the field. So I won't have to transition, or it'll be big effect when I get to college. So
The
me and
thing,
my defensive coordinator have been working pretty strongly on it.
right.
I've been training with Ronnie Harrison, all pro. It's his third year going into the league, so I've been really getting better.
Now, you've had a chance to also to talk to head coach Sam Pittman. What's your impression of Coach Pittman, the new head hall here in Fayetteville?
What'd you say, Coach?
I said you've had a chance to talk to the head coach, Coach Pittman, as well. What are some things Coach Pittman has told you about, their plans for you if you choose Fayetteville to be your home?
Oh, I'm number one on that board off rip. He said he should have offered earlier, so that was really a really big praise from him.
Now, watching film, as our listeners are getting a chance to view you live here in our studio, Terrion, you're a two-sport guy. You play on both sides of the football. Is that something that the coaches that are recruiting you have talked to you about allowing you the opportunity to affect the game on the offensive side as well?
Yes, sir. They're talking about allowing me to continue to play receiver and also DB, kind of how Charles Woodson did, and even be effective in the return game.
Where does the confidence come from? And you got a nickname, Hitman. Talk to me about that.
Oh, yeah.
And where does the confidence come from?
It comes from an upbringing, man. Just in my city, man, not really a lot of hope and just climbing and clinching on the football, man. Sports is an outlet. I wasn't ever the type of kid to want to pursue the street route or be the biggest type of kid. Just wanted to be different, man. Get my family doors to open up. And I've been going against guys who beat me up when I was younger. Now I'm finally one of the top dogs, and just the guys that you used to look up to, now they look up to you. So I carry it. Like my cousin always told me, man, playing DB, you gotta have a certain swag about you, that confidence. It ain't cocky, confidence. So I pride myself on that. And Hitman, I got the nickname after the first hit of the season when I came across the middle. I picked him up, body slammed him, just walked off like nothing happened. And that's when they said, man, that dude a killer. So.
Who are some NFL or NCAA guys that you like to watch, TA, at the position, either of safety or cornerback?
Definitely Derek Stingley, because his technique is off the chain. Grant Del Pitt, his confidence and swagger in the way he plays the game, and he tries to really inflict pain about each other. And definitely the Honey Badger, man. He's a smart football player. He's always in the right position, and he makes plays. And Jamal Adams.
When this COVID pandemic is lifted, we get kind of back to some normalcy. What are some of the schools that you plan on trying to get out to, Terrion, on either an unofficial or an official visit going forward?
I haven't really set up any officials yet, but unofficial, definitely Arkansas. I had some lined up to go back to LSU, to go visit Texas A&M, Clemson, and even had wanted to go and visit Kansas.
Those that are listening, we're talking with Terrion Arnold, big time four-star safety prospect out of Tallahassee, Florida, St. John Paul Catholic, the second high school. If I, then talk about what type of player I'm gonna see, Terrion. I'm gonna come get popcorn, no ice, go to the very top of the stadium. And that term that we start to create athletically is let's get it. Who am I? What type of ball player am I going to see for 4 quarters in Terrion Arnold?
The leadership, the work ethic, just the will to win. That's what you get out of me as a ball player. I'm self-motivated, man. I don't mind working to be the best, striving to be the best. When I come in, off rip, I'm coming to take a position. I don't want anything given to me. In the recruiting business, it's a bunch of businessmen telling it to you. So they say, man, be ready to play off rip. Man, you got this, you got that. I say, man, coach, I don't want nothing, man. I want everything earned, not given. So definitely the work ethic.
I'm going to say a word, and I want you to describe what that means to you. Florida high school football.
Dogs.
I like that. Now let's have a little more fun, T. We're riding around the vehicle in Tallahassee. It's a hot, sunny day. You got the windows down. On the playlist, the first 5 songs that we're going to roll out to, what are those first 5 songs going to be?
Um, first five songs. Definitely. Lil Baby, Something to Prove. Number two, NBA YoungBoy, War With Us. Number three, oh, well, Florida song, man. You know, everybody know 1, 2, 1, 2. Definitely that one, because he rap in Florida. Number four, definitely, I don't know the last two.
You have to think about those and get back to me on another time. You can call the show at some point when you come up with the other two. But we're going to have one last question, Terrion, and I want you to finish out this statement. When football is done with, it's all said and done for Terrion Arnold, he's going to be doing what with his life afterwards?
Man, you'll be a businessman and investor. My granddad owns a roofing business. I definitely want to help take that to the next level. And not just remember that somebody who played the game, but like my granddad always preached to me, somebody who owns the team. One of the first black owners in the NFL. Michael Jordan, he owns the majority of the Charlotte Hornets in the NBA. So I look at myself like, why can't I do it?
Absolutely, young man. I told him before you came on, the confidence is just infectious, and it's the good confidence. And Terrion, listen up. This phone and this show is your show. Let's keep in touch. Maybe get together twice a month and kind of do an update on what's going on with TA. You all right with that?
Okay, Coach. Yes, sir. Let's stay in touch.
All right, my man. Hey, well, you have a blessed one, and thanks for taking time out here on OTH.
All right, man. You have a blessed one, too.
You too.
All right, y'all.
That was Terrion Arnold from St. John Paul Catholic, the second high school there in Tallahassee, Florida. And I'm going to go over to my analyst. Says he's always on that film. He knows that's the one thing he's always about. Tell me about TA. What jumped out?
Just pure athlete. A guy that really break on the ball, really isn't scared of any athlete. And I think the one thing you can't coach in as a DB is confidence. He gives you that prime time Reeves Island kind of feel. Like, I want to be one-on-one with the best guy.
Yes.
Give me your best guy. Let's see who's top dog. And I really like that because, again, you can't coach that. Those are people that's born with that DNA strain. And
well, man, we're about to head to your city, but we caught up with Jimmy Smith. The sit down we got a chance to have with Coach Smith, and then, as I said, we're going down to a place that I know Demetrius knows a lot about. We're heading to Enterprise, Alabama, where we're going to catch up with big-time running back prospect Josh Mccray. He's about to take the stage. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Nice beer.
How's the transition going early in your coach career at Arkansas? I mean, what's it been like, getting adapted to Fayetteville?
On the field is, football-wise, it's been going pretty fast, recruiting-wise, and now we're starting to get into some ball and getting things started, but I'm excited. Off the field is great, man. Great community, great people. Everybody want to help you out. They can't help you lead you point you in the right direction, so I'm excited about what the future holds.
What went into you taking this job? I know you had a prior relationship with Coach Pittman, but how excited are you to be able to be the running back coach for such a highly respected coach as Sam Pittman is?
I'm super excited, man. When he called me about the opportunity, I was excited. We was getting ready for some things at Georgia State, and it was like a dream come true at the time. But now it's settled down, and now I got some things we got to do.
State of Georgia, you're highly respected in that state. Just 2 years ago, you were a high school football coach at probably the best program in that state. Talk about, how much of a whirlwind it's been that just 2 years ago you're a high school coach and now running back coach in a Power 5 conference and what I consider the best SEC West.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been a good one. If it's a thing of a good storm, it's been a good storm. The process has been, like I say, fast, but I'm enjoying it every moment of it. I'm one of those guys, like I said, I like the grind. Work never bothers me. I'm never satisfied with good. So I'm excited. I just love the whole thing, all of it, recruiting, coaching, all of it. I just love it.
You put a social media video out talking about if you're a baller, you're coming to get him. Explain that message that you wanted all prospective recruits, in particular the state of Georgia, to understand about where you were going to try to take Arkansas.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that I'm gonna find you. Don't worry about it. Just do your job. Play football. Play for your team. You got to put all that stuff out about I'm underrated and play ball. And if you can play ball, I'm gonna find you. And I'm coming to get you.
How's your ties in Atlanta area? You know quite a lot of people, I'm pretty sure. Being in administration, but talk about I see you guys signed 4 kids out of the state of Georgia so far. Is that something that you plan on going back each and every year, and if we can get 4, let's try to get 5? I mean, is Georgia going to be somewhere that you really try to make an impact in?
Yes, it is. I think the biggest thing is about need. A lot of good football players in Georgia, so all according to need and if they fit what we can do. But between 4 to 6 kids, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on need. But I'm definitely going to try to go in Georgia and get some kids out of there.
Talking about your room, Raheem Boyd probably was the biggest.
Welcome back. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio, coming to you each and every day here on KDSJ 479 from 1 to 2 p.m. And real quick, before we get to our featured guest, I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors. That being said, Lindsay and Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also in Rogers. Locomotion, located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. Corey Beck's Custom Painting. And lastly, the one I'm always talking to you about, KDK's Chicken, located down at 989 Razorback Road. Go see Keith and Kathy. As they say, get a plate of that love, and it's not your mama's. The best chicken and waffles in the South. But Arkansas is putting a high priority on a lot of big-time ballers, never more so at the running back, as Raheem Boyd will be making his way on after next season's complete. But they made their way on down to Enterprise, Alabama, where they're going to catch up, and we're going to catch up with 4-star prospect and major Arkansas target, Josh Mccray. Josh, welcome to the Hill, my man.
Thanks for having me.
Josh, let's get off into it. Arkansas and Coach Fountain, they come in the recent last 48 hours with an offer to the University of Arkansas. Talk about that offer, what the conversation was like with Coach Fountain, and just how is recruiting going so early in the process?
My recruiting is going great. And our conversation with Coach Fountain, he was like, I really like you. Your family's great. And, he was just talking about a lot.
When you look at recruiting, who are some of the schools outside of Arkansas, Josh, that are showing you that you're one of their top priorities at this moment?
South Carolina.
How about do you feel any pressure? Any recruiting from Alabama or Auburn?
Auburn. Yeah, they be talking to me some.
Now, what are you working on? I know you guys can't get on an actual field and go through spring football, but what's the workout plan for you guys there? Has your coach, set a particular workout regimen, or you just have to go out and do it on your own? And if so, what's Josh working on to get ready for his senior season?
Well, I've been going to the track, been doing some field work, some agility work. I just been trying to get my footwork right. Then ready to go on through the season.
Now, Josh, I'm sitting here and I'm watching you hurdle ball, potential would-be tacklers. Talk about that athleticism, because we have a mutual friend, Jamel Harris, former Arkansas linebacker here, coached at Enterprise, and I spoke with Jamel, and he told me, Josh, you're an even better linebacker than you are running back. I mean, talk about that. Is there one particular side of the ball that you prefer, or whichever is going to be the best for the team?
No, sir. I can do it all. I'm really all-around guy. I'm just a different breed.
I like the sound of that. Josh, who are some athletes, I should say, because I'm going to put you in the athlete. I'm not going to label you one way or the other, but who are some athletes that you like to watch at the NFL or collegiate levels, in your opinion?
I like to watch Josh Allen. You know him?
Yes.
I watch him a lot. That's basically and DFA Thomas.
Now, growing up,
of height, you got them jet.
When you finally decide, Josh, what school you want to go to, what will it be that you're going to really be looking for to push one school over all the others?
I like engineering a lot. So I'm basically trying to major in engineering.
Right. Now, when you look at a lot of different Alabama talent, how does where you grow up and the talent that you play in, how does that prepare you for when you get to the next level? And is there a particular preference of conference, Josh? Do you want to play SEC or ACC, or it's just the best school that fits you?
Just the best school that fits you.
Now, I'm coming to Enterprise. I'm gonna come with my guy Demetrius, since he's in his hometown. His mom and parents live there. We're gonna get popcorn, soda pop, no ice, my man. I'm going to the top bleacher. What type of football player am I gonna see in Josh Mccray for those 4 quarters once that ball's kicked off?
A very physical, hard-working guy.
Now, let's have a little fun and want everybody to know that we're talking to Josh Mccray, 4-star running back, big-time prospect there for the University of Arkansas out of Enterprise, Alabama. We're riding around Enterprise on a nice Friday afternoon, Josh. Just you and I, we vibing. On your playlist, when we start rolling, what's the first 5 songs that we're going to listen to?
You're going to listen to some NBA Youngboy, TLE, Major 9. Let me tell you 2 more. There's a lot of songs out of this.
See it. I hear papers rattling in the background, so I know you was kind of ready for this one.
Yeah, you gonna hear some 21. You gonna hear some Chief Key.
Yeah, you got it rolling, dog. I'm definitely riding with you. Yeah, definitely. I get 2 more questions, Josh. Tracy Cantlip, the principal at Enterprise, was a former Arkansas defensive back. Have you had a chance? If you have you had a chance to talk to Coach Mr. Cantlip and let him know you've been offered to Arkansas? And if so, what's he told you about the university?
He told me it was a very nice campus. He said one day if I chose to go up there, I'd love it. He said all the coaches up there are very nice, very well known.
Josh, tell the listeners something that they may not know about Josh Mccray that you'd like people to know about you.
I'm country. I'm real country for real.
You definitely like Northwest Arkansas, because duck hunting, deer season, turkey season, all that stuff. I mean, it never stops around here, Josh. But I didn't tell you that. But we're going to go out with one last question, Jay, and I want you to finish this statement for me. When football is done with, for Josh Mccray, he'll be doing what with his life afterwards?
I'll be trying to be a doctor. What I'm done with football.
I like that, my man. Well, Josh, hey.
Small business.
I can see that. Hey, our line is always going to be your line. Let's keep in touch throughout the recruiting process. Kind of have you back maybe once or twice a month, just to do an update with what's going on with Josh Mccray of Enterprise High School. You up for that?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, man. Hey, thanks for taking time out today. You have a blessed weekend, and hey, good luck on your senior year.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. That was 2021 big-time recruiting 4-star running back prospect. I'm going to give him his start because the talent level, Demetrius, when you look at that, D, tell me what you see out of this young man, because if he's not a 4-star hire, man, I'm done with the recruit. I'm done with the star system.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Jimmy Smith again. He's a baller. I seen him play defensive back. I saw him play safety. You saw him play a little quarterback. There was a halfback pass in there. You seen him hurdle people. I mean, it's a kid that really can literally do everything. He has the body and the physicality to really play wherever you need him. You talk about Jamel Harris, a well-known Arkansas Razorback, telling him that he's a better linebacker than running back. So that even tells you what type of physicality.
And it's so crazy, D. Your brother, who played at Enterprise several years ago, graduated, I believe, in the 17 class. You had mentioned to me that even your brother had said he had heard that he was a better linebacker than running back.
Actually, my brother said defensive back because there was some he did play defensive back in some of his highlights.
Wow.
So literally, the kid can play everywhere. I seen him break on the ball. He has very good ball skills, very good footwork. His vision is very good. The ability to cut in open space. I mean, the kid really has the complete package.
Well, what we're going to watch, we caught up with a little video, be a little taste of this past basketball season under Eric Musselman as they were able to win 20 games, keeping Coach Musselman's streak of 20-win seasons, 5 straight years intact. And then when we come back, we're heading our way to Arizona where we're going to catch up with Alex Tchikou, 6'11", out of Dream City Christian. He's got an Arkansas offer to the Must Bus, and we'll find out how he feels about it. All that's coming up. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Back in a bit.
And a putback by Witt. That's why you never assume that your teammate.
The Sioux wanted it. Patient finish right at the rack.
That is way too easy.
Hogs back to work. Cheney. Good look to Witt for another dunk. Boyer left open for a minute. He's been struggling this season. Now Sills to spin. Strong finish off the glass. Both without Aaron Nesmith. Bring your A game this evening. I don't know that we've seen that so far.
Again, Witt takes a lot of tough twos. You're talking about a guy that's played over 100 games, so not only an inside presence. So Vanderbilt in some ways playing 2 guys down.
Witt Jr. with 13 points. Witt probing, penetrating, falling back and connecting. Largest lead for the Hawks.
That's a Witt special. That's
Then to shoot for Saban Lee. Evans left open. Big shot from downtown. And just like that, a one possession game. 6-0 outburst by Vandy. Here's Lee. Rejected at the rack.
How about your guard getting up as a rim protector?
Sills. From the corner, there it is.
Great 1-2 combination with Witt getting it done on the defense.
Joe, still scoreless. The fadeaway. Witt gets it back. In and out. And Witt with the bounce. Shot clock is off.
Second shot, third shot.
Witt's going to get a look at it. Short. And the Hogs will take a 6-point advantage into the break.
Notice Saban Lee starts the second half.
Quickly double teamed inside to Abina for the bucket.
Some looks.
And Joe scoreless, 0 for 5 from the floor. Here's a 3-on-1 if the Hogs hurry. And they do. Witt. Who else? He's got 19. Would go for 19. Arkansas is leading by 7. Welcome to college basketball in 2020. Lee inside, right over Bailey.
Oh my goodness.
3 balls short by Evans.
Evans made the right play though, drifting to the corner so his teammate could find him. And on cue.
Isaiah Joe is first back.
Every time you put the ball in the deck, the zone has plenty of time to adjust.
Joe from downtown.
You know what I like is that Joe had been buried in the corner in that zone. So what does Eric Musselman do? He moves him out on the floor. A subtle but important adjustment by the head Hog.
Largest lead of the night for Arkansas. And he goes back to the Hawks.
Where he made 7 threes. That would get your attention, wouldn't it?
Witt inside. It's what he's done all night. The sweet dime. Jones sends it out 21 to Joe. And now Witt. 23.
The unique delivery, his ability to fall away on a night where Jones and Joe have been kind of average.
Sills inside. He's got 9.
Arkansas can switch in their man-to-man because they're so undersized anyway, they really don't care.
A new career high for Jimmy Witt. 26 points. And his
his last time out against Auburn a week ago started to get a little worse. Free ball from the corner is good by Joe. Doors have just been really unlucky the last 2 seasons. Cheney rips away the rebound, puts it up and in. He's got 10.
That's what Eric Musselman wants more of from Cheney. Those grind points, those garbage points, length and strength.
Lee
This
responds.
program's been hit with a pretty hefty lightning bolt 2 straight seasons.
Witt's career night continues. 28 points on the board. Bailey just ripping that shot away out of midair. Sills a crossover. Lays it in.
You just wonder if Vanderbilt.
But I know that all the sports media geeks out there still looking at the AP Top 20.
Welcome back to our Friday edition of On the Hill with Pat Tchikou Sports Talk Radio. It's our Hall Guy segment as we continue on, letting you all just be on the journeys of so many Arkansas prospects, either on the football, the hardwood, or the track, or whatnot, whichever sport that you want to know. And I know right now, football and basketball, Coach Musselman and Coach Pittman, those recruiting classes are really having a high interest. So we're going to continue on, and we'll be joined here momentarily by Alex Tchikou, 6'11" combo guard forward. Yes, I did say combo guard forward. Out of Dream City Christian in Glendale, Arizona, plays for the California Stars on the summer circuit. And real quick, Demetrius, as we continue on the last 2 interviews that we've had on Terrion and Josh, the confidence level of these 2 young men, and I believe now we have him on live, the 6'11", 2021 big-time major prospect that has just gotten his Arkansas offer, Alex Tchikou. Alex, welcome to On the Hill, my man.
Thank you. Welcome.
Alex, let's talk about recruiting. You're a highly sought-after young man at 6'11". It's one of those things that you have all the makings to be a great player. Talk about your recruiting process, Alex, up to this point.
Recruiting process is doing really good. It started actually not that long ago. I got in the U.S. 2 years ago, and I finished my sophomore year with 0 offers, and I played AAU. I played 1 session at AAU for like 4 days, and then my phone just started blowing up. So I feel really blessed, and it pushed me to keep working.
Talk about your trainer, Alex. Julius does a great job. I've watched several of you guys' training sessions, and it just seems like some of the things that you guys work on really translate to game-type situations. Talk about Julius and the training and how that benefits you going forward.
To be honest, I don't even call Julius a trainer. Like, I really call him a brother from now. Like, he just real like the training is translating to the next level, to every aspect of the next level. And what he's doing and what makes him different is like, he's not like just a trainer. He's actually like he trained the mental too. Like, the mental part of his training is big. Like, he has a big mental part. And I just love training with him. Like, every little workout is actually making me better. Like, there is no one workout when I get out to workout and I was like, dang, this workout was lame, or I didn't get better, or I wasn't excited from the workout, So, yeah.
Alex, talk about a lot of schools that are showing you interest, but first I want to talk about Arkansas. Coach Crutchfield, as your lead recruiter, was the coach that reached out, made the contact, and then came with the offer. Talk about what the conversations have been like early in the process as far as Coach Crutchfield, and what has he told you about how you would fit in if you chose Arkansas to be your home for the next 3 to 4 years?
He just told me that Arkansas would be a good fit for me because for the profile that I have, they know how to coach those type of profile. They told me that they have a couple of coaches that coach in the NBA, and they see that I have a real potential and a real chance to get there. if I keep working, they told me that I'm putting the real and the good work, and they wish they can have me. Yeah, they will. They just told me that they will be. They're actually gonna start recruiting me really hard.
Who are some other schools outside of Arkansas that are recruiting you and making you a top priority, and maybe would be a school that you're gonna, once this COVID situation is kind of simmered down and we get back to normalcy, it'll be a school that you'll possibly try to get out and visit?
I have probably 6 or 7 schools I want to say that recruit me the hardest. From now, I don't really, I'm still free to like take any, like I don't have no favorite school really. I have favorite schools, but I don't have a favorite school.
Right.
So yeah, I want to say, so you want me to tell the school that are recruiting me the hardest?
Yes.
So I want to say USC, Arizona State, Alabama, Kansas, Oregon, definitely, and yeah.
That's a who's who.
Gonzaga too.
Do you have a preference, Alex? Are you planning on you want to stay out West Coast, or is it just going to be a situation the best fit, both academically and athletically? That's going to be the choice and place that you call home.
I mean, it's definitely. It can be the East Coast, it can be the West Coast. I don't have no favorite place. It's just because that's where I play. So I feel like most of the school that see me like I'm so close to them, so they're always around,
right?
But I don't really have. I mean, I would just go to the team that fit me the most. Like if I gotta go to New York, or if I gotta go to Maine, or if I gotta go to, Mississippi or whatever. Like I really don't have no favorite play. Like it's just where the school gonna fit me the best. That's where I'm gonna go.
Talking with Alex Tchikou of Dream City Christian out in Glendale, Arizona. Big 6'11" guard forward. Yes, I did say guard forward. Alex, I want to ask you a question of, when you watch NBA or college basketball, we spoke last night, and, for me, I saw, resemblance of Kevin Durant. Who are some players that you watch on the collegiate or NBA level?
To be honest, I know people expect me right now to say, oh, Kevin Durant or Giannis or Jonathan Isak because they're all long and they play like guards. But me, I really trying to extend my game to like a crazy level, like better than those kind of players. I really want to be able to do everything on the court. So let's say I want to work on how using the screen. I'm gonna watch people like Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving. Well, let's say I want to watch, how to post up or whatever. I'm gonna watch people like DeMar DeRozan or LeBron, And if I want to work on my defensive stuff, like how to have a good timing to block shot, I'm gonna go and watch some highlights of, I don't know, JaVale McGee or Hassan Whiteside. Like I really don't really watch one player. Now, when I'm gonna get to a game, like probably during the warm-up of a game, I'm of course going to watch some highlights of Kevin Durant or Giannis, so I can really figure it out. How can I get really in my game during those situations? But I really watch at every players. Like I don't really watch at 2-3 players. I watch at every players, like from 1 to 5.
If I come to Dream City Christian High School, Alex, and I get my Coke, I get my popcorn, soda pop has to have no ice. Go to the top bleacher in the gym. What type of player am I going to see for those 4 quarters once that ball is thrown up and it's time to go?
You're going to see a player, I think that's going to surprise you. I think you're going to see like a player that I like exciting to watch play, a player that play hard on defense, that talk, that are just involved with his teammate and trying to make all his teammates involved. And you're going to see your players that just do everything on the court, to be honest, blocking shots, making three-pointers, bringing the ball up, calling plays. Like most of the people that come to see me and never watch me, they're always surprised and ask where I'm from, like all those type of stuff, So yeah, you definitely gonna see a player that I'm sure you want, like a player that you want to see at every basketball game you will go to.
Now, Alex, you're out in California, as when we spoke yesterday. You're in LA at the moment. We're in your vehicle, and we're vibing on your playlist. It's just me and Alex Tchikou riding around. What's the first 5 songs we're gonna vibe to, Alex?
I wanna say artists and us. If I wanna say the top 5 artists, I'm definitely gonna put first the homie Bino, from LA. Yeah, I'm gonna put Bino first. I'm gonna put Cologne for real, the homie from LA first at the second place. I'm gonna put Young Thug at the third place. I'm gonna put Gunna at the fourth, and Lil Baby at the 5th place, probably.
Them are some good ones, man. I could ride around LA with you, Alex. You got that vibe that I'm talking about. Well, last question, and I want you to finish this statement for me. When basketball is done for Alex Tchikou, he'll be doing what with his life after basketball?
I have two biggest thing, to be honest. I'm actually right now thinking about building a kind of like association for like poor people, poor kids, help people that don't really have much, especially kids. If I have the money to, I really want to have my own program that gonna just help, poor people and poor kids. And my second the second thing is I want to have my own clothes brand too.
I could see that. I definitely could see that. Well, man, thanks for taking time out, Alex. That's you and I. Continue to keep up. Tell Julius I said hello, and like I said, my man, you guys have a blessed weekend, and thanks for taking time out here on OTH.
Thank you.
That was 2021 guard forward, big-time prospect for Coach Musselman and that staff, Alex Tchikou out of Dream City Christian in Glendale, Arizona. And I want to go over real quick as we're going to close this thing out to my producer. Demetrius, what jumped out about AT?
Just the athleticism of being that tall and big. Just great footwork. The ability to really make guard moves. Just being 6'7", you really don't see too many guards able to move like that. So it's just a guy.
No, you don't.
I think it's a guy that really can help Arkansas. I think it's the type of player that Arkansas hasn't had. I guess the closest thing you probably could say is Bobby Portis, but he's a little bit more guard oriented than a Bobby Portis. If you can understand what I'm saying. Bobby was probably better back to the basket, but this guy can Euro step. I don't think those are things, not necessarily that Bobby couldn't do, but I think you'll see this guy do it on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, Ty said everybody got soda. All schools have soda in 20-ounce bottles. I hear you, Ty. Great question. But we're going to wrap this up for this week of the Hall Guy segment. We got a lot more. But real quick, Demetrius, for those that would like to hear more of On the Hill Sports Talk, how can they, what platforms can they hear them on?
Yeah, you can check us out on YouTube. That'll be On the Hill Sports Talk LLC. And you can also check us out at Sauced Up Entertainment. You can also catch us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. That's On the Hill Sports Talk. And last but not least, Apple. You can check us out on the Hill Sports Talk. And lastly, you can check us out on Sauced Up Radio and Facebook Live.
You heard it. Those are all the platforms, and that's going to do it for us for the week. Want to give a shout-out to our guest for the day, Terrion Arnold from Tallahassee, Florida, big 4-star safety prospect that the Arkansas Razorbacks highly covet. He's out of St. John Paul Catholic II High School. Also, too, Josh Mccray from Enterprise, Alabama, the big-time running back. Had a lot of good things to say, and his film does not lie, I'm telling you. And lastly, Alex Tchikou of Dream City Christian in Glendale, Arizona. Coach Musbus and Coach Crutchfield, they're riding down his street hoping that he'll hop on as well. But for my producer, real quick, want to give a shout-out to our sponsors. We'd be remiss not to mention those guys. Lindsay and Associates with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also too in Rogers. Locomotion is located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. Corey Beck's Custom Painting, and lastly, KDK's Chicken down at 989 South Razorback Road. Get down there and get a plate of that love. See Keith and Kathy. It's not your mama's. They got the best chicken and waffles in the South. From our producer, Demetrius, and myself, thanks for all the viewers, all the great questions. We'll be back next week. You guys have a blessed one. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ. Let's get it.